Even how you said one is too much. It's funny. I never really heard that said around suicide prevention, but it really is true because there's a lot of things like you have, motor vehicle accidents, plane crashes, cancer, all these things that you think a certain amount is just accepted that we have in society. Whether it is or not, we think that these things are just going to happen. Like we know we're not going to bring cancer down to zero. But with suicide, there are only certain things, like maybe someone has been living in chronic pain and they wish that someone would euthanize them or something like that. Like that's very specific. But from someone that is just suffering from the pain of existence, so to speak, like these things, you would think, or at least I think, these are preventable deaths. These are preventable losses from families, from workplaces, from communities. That if these people felt like someone wanted them around, or they felt like they had someone to lean on, I don't know. We could probably prevent more than half, or way more of those, of those deaths. Like, how do you look at suicide prevention?
Well, as you said, suicide is a preventable death. Every death by suicide is by someone's hand. And, one thing that I want to say about suicide and our work with men who have attempted suicide, virtually every single person who has made an attempt, they didn't want to die. They wanted their pain to end, and they didn't know how to make their pain end
Huh.
any other way. So it's not like these people have just given up and it's like, you know what, I would be more happy being dead. That's their pain speaking. It's just like, I want this pain to end. And very often the pain is related to feeling we don't matter, or as I mentioned earlier, that we feel like we're a burden on others because of the suffering that we're harboring, that we don't have a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose. All of these can be rectified. That's what psychotherapy is about. And so that's why I say psychotherapy ought to be the first line treatment that people consider when they are suffering from things like depression and anxiety. And it's not an easy road, it's often a long road, but most people who engage in therapy are going to end up at a place where they find a new sense of self, a sense of self where they feel purposeful, they feel happy, they're able to experience joy, they have a sense of belonging and a sense of mattering to others. And with that possibility is hidden from people, that they don't know that such a help or a service is available. They don't have a sense of hopefulness and
Hmm.
possibility about what something different could look like. Because a lot of people, when something like depression feels so entrenched, that's just the only thing that they know. Even though their whole life they may have been getting along fine, something, excuse me, something happens and it creeps in, it creeps in, it creeps in, and all of a sudden you've lost sight of who you once were and what life could look like in another way.